A warm welcome to our English class and a very good morning to you all. Before going to start our today's topic, let's have a quick recap of yesterday's worksheet. So, these are the answers for yesterday's worksheet, children. You need to fill in the blanks with the appropriate forms of have, right? Here, in the sentences, has, have, and had are being used according to the tense and also according to the number. Tense means present tense, past tense, and future tense. For present tense, we'll be using have and has. For past tense, had. And we use have for first person and second person singular plural and third person plural, right? For have. Only third person singular, that is for he, she, or it, will be using has. Check your answers and please do necessary changes if required. Today, we are going to start with new unit, that is unit number 9 in your English grammar book. Agreement of verb with subject means we are going to see the relation between the verb and the subject. Let us revise once again what is a verb. What is a verb, children? Action words are called as verbs, right? And we have two types of verbs, that is finite and non-finite verbs. Verbs have been divided into two types, that is finite verbs and non-finite verbs. Again, non-finite verbs have been divided into three types, that is infinitives, participles, and gerunds, which we have already learnt. Now, once again, let's recap about finite verbs. The finite verb changes according to the number and the person. Number means according to the first person, second person, or third person, and according to the tense. According to the number, that is singular or plural. So it is dependent on the subject. If you see here in the sentence, she runs very fast, they all run very fast. Here, what is the main verb in the first sentence? Runs, and in the second sentence, run. So these two are verbs. If you observe, these verbs had been changed according to the person, that is she and they. So when she is used, she is singular, right? So when the singular noun is used, the verb is written as she runs very fast, which says that this is present tense. They all run very fast. Here they means third person plural. We cannot say they all runs very fast. No, right? They all run very fast. Where we are talking about the third person plural, more than one person. So the verb runs and run has been changed, or else are dependent on the subject, that is she and they. It changes according to the subject. Whereas non-finite verbs are independent of the number of the subject or the person. If you see the same sentence, she likes to run very fast, they all like to run very fast. What is the verb here? Run, right? Did it changed in the sentence? She likes to run very fast, they all like to run very fast. Here, the verb did not change according to the subject, that is she or they. The verb remained the same in both the sentences. It means the verb does not change according to the subject. So these kind of verbs are called as non-finite verbs, which doesn't change according to the subject, which are independent. Whereas finite verbs are dependent. They change according to the subject of the sentence. We have seen that non-finite verb doesn't change according to the number or the person, right? It remains the same. It is independent. The non-finite verbs are again divided into three types. What are they? Infinitives, participles, gerunds. Now, let us discuss again about infinitives. What are infinitives? It's very easy to identify infinitive verbs. Why? Because Infinitive verbs will be preceded by to. To, to. For example, my father knows how to cook. So, to cook will become your infinitive verb. In any sentence, if you find any verb preceded with to, then that verb is called as infinitive verb. Again, infinitive verbs have been divided into two types. One is to infinitive and the other one is bare infinitive. Bare infinitive. Here in this sentence, he helped me finish the task. In this sentence, what is the verb, children? He helped me finish the task. Helped. The verb helped will be changed according to the person or the number, he. If in the place of he, it is written, and the sentence is like, it will help me finish the task. Is that the correct sentence? It will. No, right? It will help me. Then the verb helped will be changed to help. Here, this is changing according to the number or the person. So, helped will become your finite verb. Helped will become your finite verb. And one more verb is there in the sentence, that is finish. Finish will become your bare infinitive. Bare infinitives means you can identify them very easily. The verb which doesn't have any helping verb before it. Helping verb can be is, are, am, do, go, nothing. It's not taking help of any helping verb to say when the action had happened. So, if the verb stands alone without any helping verbs in the sentence, then that verb is called as bare infinitive. Now, if you see in A bit, pick out the verbs from the following sentences and say which are finite and which simple infinitives. That means bare infinitives. As we have already learned that infinitives are independent of the subject, are independent of the number or the person, right? It doesn't change according to the number or the person. According to the number means it doesn't change according to the singular or plural. According to the person means according to the first person, second person, and third person. So you need to identify the finite verbs and simple infinitives, that is, bare infinitives. First sentence. The cold wind made us shiver. What is the verb in this sentence? Made and shiver. Both are verbs. Among these two, what is a finite verb? If you observe, shiver can be changed according to the sentence, like shiver, shivering, shivered. Made doesn't change. So the finite verb will be made. And shiver will become your bare infinitive. And also, shiver is not preceded with any of the helping verbs. Next, second one. The loud roars of the lions made the child tremble with fear. How are the roars? Loud. So, loud is describing word which is called as adjective. What the lion did? The loud roars of the lions made the child tremble with fear. So, made will become your finite verb. And what is another verb in the sentence, children? It's tremble, right? Tremble means shake with fear. And if you observe, tremble is not preceded with any of the helping verbs, right? So tremble will become your bare infinitive. Third sentence. Arjun likes to play with his friends. Now in this sentence, you need to identify which type of infinitive is that. It's not necessary that in every sentence should have bare infinitive also. So you have to do these three sentences, children. 3, 4 and 5. Okay, I'm going to tell you fourth one. It is easy to make promises but difficult to keep them. What are the verbs in this sentence, children? You need to check for the helping verbs also. Here, if you observe, there is a helping verb in this sentence. Can you guess what's that? Yes, it is is. Is, are, am, all these are helping verbs, right? So is a helping verb. If you observe, is will be changing according to the number and the person, right? If instead of it, if it is given like I, then what is the helping verb will be used over there? Am, right? If we is there, then are. So is will be changing. Is will be changing according to the number and the person. Means this is finite verb. Finite verb. Is finite verb which changes according to the number and the person, which is dependent. Next, it is easy to make promises but to keep them, but difficult to keep them. So to make, to keep, what are these? Verbs, right? The verbs have been preceded with what? To. If it is to plus infinitive, to plus verb, that is infinitive, right? So these two are two infinitives. You complete third one and fifth one, children. Next, in every sentence we have the subject. Every sentence talks about something, right? That something, the main part, is called as subject, and the rest which it is talking about is called as predicate. So the main part of the sentence is called as subject, and the remaining part which it is talking about is called as predicate. If you see here in the sentence, the dog sleeps on the sofa. The sentence is talking about what? The dog, right? So the dog will become your subject, and what does the dog is doing? Sleeps on the sofa. So sleeps on the sofa will become your predicate. So like this, every sentence has a subject and a predicate. A subject is who or what the sentence is about, and the predicate is what the subject does or is. So the main topic of the sentence will become your subject, and what the subject is talking about will become your predicate. In this sentence, the tiger eats meat. What is the main subject? Tiger, right? We can't take simply tiger, we have to take the tiger. So the tiger is your subject because we are talking about a particular tiger, specific tiger. So the tiger will become your subject, and what does the tiger is doing? Eats meat. So eats meat will become your predicate. In a sentence, if it has the subject and the predicate, then only we say that the sentence is a complete sentence. Here the subject changes. It can be anything. The subject can be anything. In these examples given here, the subjects are like the dog, John and Jeff, the brave young man, we, and the predicates are sleeps on the sofa, were good friends, saved us from danger, went on a holiday. So here if you observe, the subject can be noun or nouns. Here the dog is noun, single. Nouns, John and Jeff both are nouns. So the subject can be noun or a nouns, or else we can say group of words. Or else a brave young man. Here in this sentence, the sentence is talking about a man, right? So group of words which tells us about the man. A brave young man means a brave and young both are describing words. So they are describing about the noun man. So a brave young man will become your subject. Saved us from danger will become your predicate. Next, we went on a holiday. Here we is a pronoun, right, which is replacing the noun. So the subject may include definite articles, like the subject may include the articles like the, because we are talking about a particular noun, the dog, the man. So when we talk about a particular person or a particular noun, we mention the, right? So in the subject, the may include. Next, the subject includes the conjunction and. Here, John and Jeff. So, since John and Jeff, the sentence is talking about John and Jeff, we cannot say like, we can't replace them with the pronoun, no? So, the subject includes and also, the conjunction and also. If you observe in the next sentence, the subject includes the indefinite article a and two adjectives like brave and young. So, a brave young man. So, even though the sentence is talking about a man, they are describing more about that man, like describing by using the words brave and young, right? So, a brave young man will become your subject. So, here are few sentences in B-bit. Pick out the finite verbs and their subjects from the following sentences. Use a table like the one given below. An example has been given to help you. So you need to pick out the subject and the finite verbs from the sentences, children. Finite verbs means, as we have already discussed, the verbs will changes according to the person and the number, which are dependent on the subject. So here the example is given. Vishal and his parents live in England. So what this sentence is talking about, what is the main part of this sentence? Vishal and his parents, right? So the subject is written as Vishal, parents, and the verb is written as live. Here the verb live changes according to the subject. If the sentence is given in the past tense, then we'll be writing lived, or present tense lives, living. So this verb changes according to the subject, right? So live will become your finite verb. Now, first one. The policeman asked him his name and address. So what is the main subject in this sentence? The policeman asked him his name and address. What is the subject? Policeman. So the subject will become policeman. What did the policeman do? He asked him his name and address. So he asked. Asked will become your finite verb. Next, second sentence. The little children of the nursery classes held a Christmas party in their school. So this sentence is talking about what? The main part. It's talking about the children, right? So your subject will become children. What did they do? You can't say Christmas party in their school. No. We want a finite verb. What is the verb here? Held, which is dependent on the subject. Held, hold, holding, right? This verb changes according to the subject, the number and the person. So the finite verb will be held. Third one. The three wise men of the east brought gifts for the infant Jesus. So what is the subject here? Even though if you divide the sentence into subject and predicate, the three wise men will become your subject. Of the east brought gifts for the infant Jesus. So here, three and wise both are adjectives. So what is the subject here? The main subject is men, right? So now what is the verb? What is the finite verb? It is brought, which changes according to the number in the person, which changes according to the subject. Fourth one. A big cat was sitting on the branch of a tree. What is the subject? I know you will be saying a big cat. Yes. Now talk about the main part of this. That is cat. A is an article, big is an adjective. So the main topic of this sentence is cat, right? The sentence is all about a cat. So cat will become your subject. What that cat is doing? It was sitting on the branch of a tree. So was sitting will become your finite verb. Whereas this verb changes according to the subject, right? Was sitting or are sitting. So, with the help of the helping verb, we can say the which tense form the sentence is written in. So, was sitting will become your finite verb. In the same way, you have to complete the rest of the sentences, children, from 5 to 10. Do it in your textbook itself. Find out the subject, underline the subject, and write down up S for subject and finite verb, FV for finite verb. Try to analyze the sentence first, then identify what is the sentence talking about, the main topic of the sentence, then write down the correct answer for the sentences. You have to do A bit and B bit in your textbook, English grammar textbook itself. You have to do in page numbers 42 and 44, children. Thank you. Have a nice day.